Well, here we go. Session 46. When last we left our heroes, you were delving into the mines of the Ashen Hollow. After having defeated some more corrupted creatures and some guard some last remaining cultists. We had Elle doing quite the stabby interrogation. And as you explored the mines, you encountered more corrupted creatures that, after dealing with them, realized may have actually been townspeople that had been experimented on.
We put them out of their misery.
However your characters justify themselves is up to them.
In Sam's defense, she wasn't even in the room at the time of the incident, so I plead the fifth.
There is that. You
Jack again?
discovered a whole bunch of remnants from the cult, including a map, another map fragment with continued references to the VM hold, and indicating other points of interest in the area, including the ruins at Kirak that were pointed out by the druids. And the notebook with some notes of one of the cultists that generally ended with the ominous notation about destroying the thing that they believed lives in the lower levels of the mines. Yes, the last entry in the journal. If anyone finds this, I beg you, destroy what lies beneath the mines. Burn the roots. Do not listen when it speaks your name. You found various other things as you explored the rest of the caverns, and we left off with the decision of what to do next. And so, with that, I should turn it over to you in terms of what would you like to do next?
We were going up this elevator, right?
Do we all just want to say, forget what's ever underneath the elevator, go back to town and start businesses as, a traveling merchants? Anyone? That was above the table, by the way. Like, I'm not actually asking that in character.
Well, I mean, we would make a really profitable business of coffee and winery. and stolen goods. We could do a resale.
No one? Alright, cool. I guess
Wait,
we're going
did you
down the
guys
elevator.
not hear me?
We heard you.
No, we heard you.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I wasn't ignoring you at all. It was just more of a. I mean, we could, but
No.
You
no.
make a a journal entry for our last session. Rachel?
Well, there wasn't much that happened other than a bunch of murder.
No notes.
That's not true.
All murdered, no notes.
Perfect execution, no notes.
Oh, no, it's no gas.
Oh, that's really funny. I love it.
I mean, I can put something in of we killed everybody and notes.
I put. Hang on.
She wants the notes.
We also went exploring.
Yeah. The tattered. The field. Okay. What are you chewing, Anakin? Let's see. Oh, you're eating your kibble. So Finn saw the tattered research log, yes?
Yes.
The one, yes.
The one
Okay,
that yes.
and he saw the journal. Did he get a chance to show it to Karen?
Believe so, yes.
Yes, because
Okay.
I am fairly certain that both of y'all made references to that. In general, like characters made references to things on both of those.
Okay, and Finn. Carved a rune of binding. Well, he made one happen. What do you mean I've been disconnected? Why? James, why have you been disconnected from the map?
Do what?
That was weird. It said I was disconnected. Down that one thing. And we saw down there. And we closed it. And we needed to dispose of the body.
So we made a funeral pyre.
Right.
We made-
In the research lab.
Yep.
And we were going to go into town to see what kind of fuel accelerants we could find. Like we were going to leave the mines and go back into the village to like the mining town to see what fuel accelerants we could find. Because it says to burn the roots. because Karen was like, no, not my wine. And we had this
all right, all right,
whole
all right. It's not
we had
fire
a
wine.
whole discussion about where we came to the conclusion that they don't have chemical explosive in Beast World yet.
Yes,
They
and then we were
barely have
talking
gunpowder.
about. They were talking about how I did bring up the fact of possibly having alchemical fire was a thing
Yeah.
in Beast World, and we never got a yes or no on that.
Oh,
Alex.
yeah, that would I believe that, regardless of my opinion, I believe that that is canonically existing in the world, that there would be some kind of alchemical
I'm pretty sure that even D&D that doesn't allow gunpowder has alchemical fire,
yeah.
because that's basically what a potion of fire is, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
Hey, can someone start on a timer for 4 minutes for me? Side note.
It's being covered.
Thank you.
So pretty sure we should go out and see what we can find in the mining town.
Do we want to go down the elevator and sneak a peek at what we got?
No, because the elevator's going to be loud. So there's no sneakiness.
One does not simply sneak a peek in the elevator without triggering Taka.
One does not simply walk.
Is anybody able to cast grease?
Actually,
Grease is the word.
How many spell slots do I have left?
That's really funny, though.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oops.
Do we
Disregard.
need to rest?
No.
I mean, theoretically, I believe in all of everything that happened. I mean, you did have the fight with the corrupted townsperson, but it was not a crazy fight. And you had a long rest before you came into the mines to begin with.
I didn't use any spell slots.
I couldn't remember. Okay, so we don't need a rest. We just need to go find things to help with the burning.
Yeah, and I completely forgot that I don't have the thing that I thought I had right now.
Okay, well, let's go back.
All right. You head back up into town. What would you like to do in town? I will go change the map.
Can we see if there's any flammable liquids in barrels in one of the sheds that we did look at? Because
yeah, go ahead and give me some investigation.
Alex, do you mind rolling that for me?
I can do that. Stand by. Requires finding your token.
This token is up here.
Yep, I got it. Okay. Just so I can pull up your character sheet. Investigation. Roll public. Go. Oh. Why did that? Sorry, that rolled not as you. Why? It looks like you. Oh, I see. I had tokens stacked on top of each other. That's why. Uh-huh. I make fixing. All right. Karen finds a whole lot of not much. Karen is still worried about Karen's wine, apparently.
Dean, you got 5 seconds on your timer.
Okay.
That's 4 minutes.
Well, since he is clearly preoccupied,
Karen coddling a bottle of wine.
what's your investigation, L?
+0.
Okay, fine. Finn and L work together, because Karen is clearly like not really into it. So can one of us roll with advantage?
Yeah, go for it.
Great.
While you guys are rolling, Dean, you heard that your timer went off, right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Since Karen didn't find a whole lot of nothing, can I just go ask the villagers?
Well, that was a 9.
Yes, you can. I mean, you have spent enough time in the mines at this point that the villagers that you have released have generally made their way back to other homes. I mean, there were only a few of them, so it wasn't like they were all going to go be on their own. And certainly some in worse condition were being taken care of by others. But yes, you certainly, as you come walk through the town, you can see where people have, which houses are occupied, who's got lamps lit and whatnot. And you certainly can find villagers to talk to.
I rolled a. Hold on, what did I roll? I rolled a 12 on my investigation.
Yeah. The with a 12 on your investigation and the fact that you play with explosives on the regular, you can kind of you kind of pick up the scent of some flammable stuff. And while Karen has gone to talk to some townspeople, they also point him in a similar direction to you, to a storage shed, essentially, that is, the prob. For those of you that grew up on farms, is probably the beefiest looking shed that you've ever seen, because it's made of stone instead of wood. You're like,
Like
Sam's probably wondering what this stone shed is for, and Mia explains that you got to keep the things that goes boom in a stronger place than the wood.
See.
But yeah, not terribly far from the mine entrance. Like, we're gonna keep the mining supplies near the mine entrance, and they point you in the right direction. And certainly by the time that Karen has chatted up some townspeople who are happy to help you after you have all helped them, connects up with Mia leading the way to the mining equipment storage. And inside of which you find a couple barrels of a a fairly viscous liquid. Viscous. You can pour it, but it's it's probably more like maple syrup kind of consistency, maybe, I guess.
I'm gonna smell it and see if it smells like an explosive.
There's a it smells like flammable.
Bueno.
So
Okay, check my inventory. I have like a little vial or something. I do not.
See, I know somebody who does.
Sam does.
Well, considering I'm trying to pocket a little bit for myself, I didn't want to ask Sam. Let's see. Oh, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna empty out one of my bullets and pour the little flammable stuff into it, and then close the bullet and place it in one of my pockets before going over to Karen to hand him the bottle.
That's not going to end well
Put it through.
at all.
Well, choices were made.
Choices were made.
Cool.
Senor, I believe this is flammable.
Yes, it's the fuel oil they use for the lanterns in the mines and the rest of the town. It'll burn like a. It'll burn. It'll burn.
It'll burn.
Okay, what else is in here that I can try? Where's my dynamite?
What else do we see in the shed, Alex?
I mean, there are various mining tools, pickaxes, shovels, other hand
Ooh.
tools.
I'm acquiring a shovel.
Sure. Yeah, general hand tools. There's like there's like some wheelbarrows or push cart type things that don't need to run on the tracks that you can push stuff around in.
Do we see the legendary pickaxe of the Evander? It gives +5 to mining.
No, there's this town is not stocked on their magical pickaxes. There are some lanterns, and there the rudimentary protective equipment, some helmets, some gloves, nothing particularly fancy.
You see Karen just pop his head out of the shed and yells to the rest of the party, "I got the stuff that goes boom. What are we doing with it?"
Well, we should each carry,
I
if
got
we can,
carts too.
a barrel.
We got hand carts, so we can carry more than a barrel.
Excellent.
Cool. I assume you're gonna load up whatever you can fit in the cart.
Multiple carts
Yeah.
and wheelbarrows. We're each get a wheelbarrow. How many barrels are there?
How many barrels are there?
Yes, sir.
There are 4 barrels of the.
We're gonna take all 4 barrels.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, you could probably achieve that with two push carts.
Actually,
Mm-hmm.
to save us from doing something, I am going to cast a spell.
Okay.
There he is. Unseen Servant. So I'm going to cast my Unseen Servant, and he's going to grab a barrel for us, or push a cart loaded with the barrels.
Sounds good. Cool. Who's pushing the other one?
Sam should push the other one.
I was gonna say Sam could be of use.
Cool. Yeah, in that case, Sam is not going to have a problem pushing this cart. So
I think that's the first time I've used Unseen Servant in this entire campaign.
Yeah, I think it
That's-
is.
And it's literally the spell that I get for being a jackal.
Hey,
Cool. What is there anything else that you want to do, or are you just heading back into the mine?
Yeah, never disregard. I was gonna say, I was trying to figure out how many empty wine bottles I have to fill up with the viscous liquid to make Molotovs.
Ah. I don't remember. You guys picked up an awful lot of wine bottles at some points.
But we have the barrels, we'll be fine.
Yeah, it looks like we picked up 22 fine wine bottles, 3 bottles of cheap wine, and those were the bottles we got.
Alright, so I'm gonna empty out the 3 cheap wine bottles and fill them with the viscous liquid, the fuel oil, and stuff a little bit of like wash rag or a cloth and something in the top of it.
Finn will take one of them. We should
Absolutely.
definitely give one to Mia, or
I was
maybe
gonna-
2.
see,
I'm gonna give one to Mia, one to
Oh, Elle should get one.
Elle, one to Mia, one to why can't I think of words? Finn.
Yeah, Finn's dexterity is a +2, so
Yeah. Finn, Mia, and Elle. I'll get a Molotov that I made.
Yeah.
Just for giggles.
Yay!
Giggles and fits.
Because what could possibly go wrong?
Yes, this is why I didn't give Sam a fucking Molotov.
But something would have burned. Guarantee you. Maybe not what the intended target was, but something will burn.
All of a sudden, she just walks around the corner, fur scorched. It worked. Karen, can you heal me?
Cool. So you make yourself some Molotov cocktails and head back into the mines.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. The mines are just how you left them. A little quiet, a little creepy. And those of you that had been feeling the odd thrumming even before the binding was broken and then replaced, which I think was only L, right?
Yep.
You know, still feel that. So yeah. What's your plan? Let me take you back.
We're go.
Back
Thank
into
you.
the mines. Here we go.
Take us back again. We are back.
Tell a friend.
So
Friend. Gonna burn
Let's-
all of these roots.
get
And we have two bodies in here too.
barrels. Let's get the barrels onto the lift.
Barrels on the list.
Cool.
But not. Only one of them should be in a cart.
I am going to extinguish this torch that is on the cart right now.
On the lift?
On the elevator?
Sure.
Yeah. I'm shutting it off right now. Just smothering it.
The elevator gets a little bit darker. And you, I assume, direct your unseen servant to
Correct, sir.
load barrels on the lift.
Correct.
Taking Finn's advice and keeping one on a cart and the rest just go by themselves.
Mm-hmm. It is literally the reason I extinguished that is so in case we have something spill, fall over, decide to break and spew, flammable liquid everywhere, we don't have a open flame going to roast us all alive.
Yes.
Everyone agree on this?
Yeah.
Cool.
And before we go down, so Finn's going to tell everyone to get on the lift. L. You remember how to start fire, right?
Oh yes.
Oh boy.
Okay. How far away can you do it?
Not far. Yeah, not like 10 feet.
Okay.
I mean, why don't we just
But I have an idea.
make a trail, like pour a small trail to like the where we're at, and just light it and watch it run towards the big fire barrels that are broken open, or the barrels
That's
that
an
are.
option. But I was
Yeah.
just thinking in case of emergency needing to place
Ah.
it.
If in case of emergency, I have an idea.
Okay.
I could take Mia's Molotov thingy that Karen just made for us,
You have one too.
But you
light
have
it on
your
fire,
own.
and then throw it.
Why
Yes,
take
I
mine?
was
absolutely.
You have
going to
your own.
you to light them on fire anyway.
Oh, I have Alex, can we use green flame blade to light the
Oh yeah,
cloth?
that's fire.
Or we have torches too.
It causes fire damage. That's right.
Yes, all of the above are things you can do.
Or I could throw her Molotov thingy.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Mia can throw one too.
But how do we light the Molotovs?
I can light it from 10 feet away. I can light the rag thingy sticking out of this bottle, and then chuck the whole bottle.
Right. So you can light hers too, and she can chuck it, and you can light mine, and I can chuck it, and we can all chuck it at the same time, even
Yeah.
We'll have
if need be. But I like this trail idea. Okay, but just have that idea ready in case we need it.
Okay.
Don't light anything until I say, which, until everyone.
I'm not gonna. I promise I won't light anything prematurely.
Right, we need to be back on the lift so we can get out.
Yes.
And you too, Mia, and Sam. And he's
Sam doesn't
literally
have
like
one.
pointing. He's pointing at Sam. No fires.
See,
Oh no. So Mia does have a Molotov cocktail.
yeah,
Mia?
So
but Sam doesn't.
correct, but he is telling Sam no lighting any fires, regardless of if you have a Molotov cocktail or not.
Okay.
And if we tell you to come back, you have to. Because our goal isn't necessarily to kill it dead there. Our goal is to blow it to hell up.
Blow to the 9 hells and let the demons sort it out.
Because I'm not entirely sure we can kill it. Our best hope might be just to burn it and seal it in.
Everything is killable if you stab it enough.
I agree with that.
Well,
Sam just looks a
Barasta
little
would.
dejected and is crossing her arms like, yeah, I know, but it still could kill it.
I said I agree with you. Everything's killable if you stab it enough.
Okay.
Why are you looking so sad, Sam?
Finn is going to conjure his 2 dire wolves.
Cool. Finn conjures 2 dire wolves. Find the dire wolves. Where did I put them? Somewhere. Oh, there they are. Whoop. Whoop. And you're ready to head down? Anything left to...
And then, yeah, I think we're ready to head down. Unless anybody else has any buffs they want to set up.
Maybe. I'm good for now. Actually, hold on. Who has the lowest AC here? Actually, disregard that. I know exactly who this is going to. Casting Shield of Faith on Sam.
I mean, Sam has 17 AC.
Well, now Sam has 19 AC because, the healer and, the druid have an AC of 20.
Okay.
Oh, I have an AC of 14.
In mine's 15.
Yeah, I think Sam is okay.
But I can dodge, so
I'll be alright.
And
yeah.
the ranger
this
shouldn't
is
be
fine.
anywhere into melee range at all whatsoever. The rogue has dodge and uncanny dodge and is hard to see regardless. And I don't even remember him actually getting hit in the last couple sessions.
I've been hit
Twice.
a few times.
Yeah, he got hit twice and it hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still doing like some damage.
But how often is Sam?
I've been hit twice. Like just twice. It hurt, but it's only ever been twice.
So that's why Shield of Faith is going on Sam.
Bum, bum, ba.
Also, side note, if it lasts for a round, can we preemptively cast that and wait till then have that going whenever we enter into combat and it just takes the first round of combat?
Shield of Faith? Yeah, sure.
Oh no, not Shield of Faith. That's a 10-minute. Blade Ward. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you can hold it as a ready to action.
Oh, negative. That's not what I'm. If I cast it now on everyone, can we have it go to the first round of combat? Because it lasts one round. It doesn't say 6 seconds, 10 minutes. It just says one round.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Cool. I'm casting that on everyone. Everyone has resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage for one round of combat.
Great. You all climb into the elevator and manipulate a few controls. It's fairly self-explanatory, and it begins to move down deeper into the mines. With the torch out, it gets fairly dark fairly quickly. And it's not very fast. It takes well, really, it feels like it takes a long time as you watch the rock go by the opening at the front of the elevator. And the air gets cooler. You can smell the scent of decay, rotting organics, as it were. Everyone, Elle feels the thrumming start to get stronger. And those of you that actually did feel it after the ward was broken begin to feel it again. And out the open side of the lift as you go lower and the air gets cooler, and you can also hear the flowing of water and a strange dim glow coming up through the cracks around the lift. And when it finally stops, you are in a large cavern that is faintly illuminated. You can make out rocks and shapes and a stream running through the cavern. And the place is covered in plant material and vines and roots. And in the center, a extremely large plant kind of growing up from all of that. For some of you, it is somewhat reminiscent of a plant that you had encountered before. And it is clear to those of you that sense it that this is where that thrumming is coming from. It doesn't necessarily seem to acknowledge that the lift has moved or that anything in its surroundings have changed as the lift comes to a stop. And when the clatter of the lift ceases, all you hear is you feel the thrumming, you hear this stream, and maybe every now and then a little rustle of vines and leaves. And here you are in the lower levels of the mine.
You guys feel the thrumming thingy that's definitely coming from that big thing, right?
Feel it and smell it.
you want to
Finn looks
spell
at it and he's like,
Is it?
doesn't that look like that one we found in the temple where in what the fuck town was it, Alex?
Oh God, that was in hold on, I'll tell you. uh Locations, maps. It was in wait, I have the map open somewhere. It was either in Golden Tide or Grandfield. It might have been Grandfield. I think
No,
it was
it was Golden Tide.
okay.
We were there for their flower festival,
Yes.
and that's where they met Finn. That temple near Golden Tide, where we met.
The Spring
Could
Blossom
be.
Festival.
Definite could be.
That thing had mind control powers.
Oh yeah.
Alex,
Yes.
Okay.
remind me, were the mind control powers of the plant that we encountered previously like an aura? Did it happen when you stepped within range of it?
Yes. Yes, that is true.
Last time it was an aura. It happened when we got too close to it. So maybe if we can avoid getting too close to it, we don't have to worry about that.
And, can it move? Like,
It
can it
had
walk around?
vines. It had vines, but the main part didn't.
Okay. So I have my unseen servant.
Can we
If
have
it's-
that thing move the barrels?
It is invisible. We can have that move the barrels right up next to it.
Oh, I like that idea.
Cool. How far can Unseen Servant move in a turn?
Turn? Up to 15 feet and interact with an object in one turn.
Cool. Do.
But we're not in combat yet, Alex.
Do. Sure. But there has, the world has to have limits. As you look at the cave in front of you in this dim, glowing, strange glow, you can tell that you're not rolling carts all the way up to like it was only the area around the elevator itself is clear of roots and vines and whatnot. So depending on where you want your unseen servant to
The unseen servant can carry it, right?
Yeah, the unseen servant probably can carry like one barrel at a time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool. So you're just going to send it in one barrel at a time?
Sir.
Wonderful. As the unseen servant makes
Ta-da. 1 second. I have something really cool right. Okay. Go ahead. Finn, Finn turns one over and tests to see how easily he can roll it.
the barrel.
Alex,
Yeah, like not a lot, but a little. Like he's just feeling it.
Sure.
His strength is okay. But he does have a +1 to his strength saving throws.
if you pull the road token over for me.
You Finn
Thank you, sir.
Finn has no problem rolling the barrel. They roll fairly easily.
Okay.
And while Finn's testing that out, the unseen servant makes its starts to move towards the plant.
It makes its approach.
It makes its approach with the first barrel. And I just need everybody to roll just straight dexterity. If you have actually you can roll a saving throw, that's fine.
You don't need shit from us, Alex. We're fine. Dexterity, huh?
Yeah.
Is this a spell or magical effect?
No.
Okay, is it... Well, hang on. Okay, hang on. All right, well, I'm going to roll, and then I'll see what happens. Depending on what happens, I might have advantage,
Okay.
but I don't want to spoil about whatever's happened by asking. So I'm just going to let you know that I might have something that gives me advantage against what's about to happen, and I will say what that specific advantage is if it triggers it.
Sure.
All I'm saying
Mel
is
got 25.
I should be pretty much invisible. I'm nearly invisible because of my gloom thread cloak.
Sure.
I got a 14.
Cool. Where is everybody in general? Like, are you staying on the lift? Are you like unloading stuff?
We are. Finn has strongly recommended that we still be on the lift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even the wolves are still on the lift.
I refuse to move from the lift,
But
but I have my gun ready.
Elle's idea as to what the plan has been is go down the lift, unload the barrels, light the barrels, go up the lift, hope we don't die in the process. Thus, not leaving the lift.
Cool.
The lift is our friend. Lift is friend, not food.
Wonderful. So as you all watch I assume as you all watch the unseen servant, so you watch this barrel that kind of floats through the air, that appears to be carried by a being that none of you can see. But clearly it looks like somebody is carrying the barrel, right? Like it doesn't just float, right? Because the unseen servant actually walks on the ground. And you know, a couple of you shift your weight a little bit. The lift creaks and kind of groans as people move around. And as the barrel moves about halfway between you and the center of this thing, you see some vines start to approach the barrel or whatever is carrying it. And they lash out. Somehow, I have to do the thing. I mean, there's you know, just as I was thinking, this is not going to be possible to do. Yeah, the vines lash out. They seem to catch nothing but air. And the barrel continues to move forward. For yeah, what as you see this happen, what you thinking?
Did it see the barrel or did it sense the barrel? Because there should be no vibration whatsoever touching the ground. How does it know?
Who's gonna know?
Who's gonna
No
know?
one will know.
Finn's just like, yes.
What?
Finn's watching and he's like, yes.
uh, and the unseen servant continues to move forward, and it gets at this point pretty much right up next to the center of this plant creature thing. And it puts the barrel down, which triggers more vines to lash out. And this time, Karen, you feel your connection with this creature, or with the unseen servant, kind of dissipate.
Okay, I mean, how long do we have here? Like, he doesn't know we're here. I'm just gonna cast Unseen Servant again using ritual magic, and takes 10 minutes. Let's keep going. Unless anyone else has a better plan to get these barrels towards that creature without the barrels detonating.
So the unseen, like it gets there. Do the tendrils attack it again before it puts the barrel down, or as it steps up?
After it puts the barrel down.
Okay, so it puts the barrel down, and the barrel is just next to the plant.
Yep.
Does it seem like anything is acting aggressively in the direction of the lift?
Everything that you have seen so far has targeted the unseen servants.
Okay, and do they at all seem to be indicative of, like, do they seem like their attention has gone towards the lift at all?
It would. Oh, wait, give me perception.
Okay. Can I have advantage since literally all of us are watching?
I have 19.
Sure.
You have better wisdom than me. You should do it again.
All right, I will roll perception again. So the first one was a 19. This one is
a nat 1.
an 8. A nat 1.
Okay, so 19.
So a 19. Yeah. It would appear that however this plant focuses, if it focuses at all, it seems to be aware at least of the direction from whence something has been coming towards it.
So I would like to move the unseen servant.
But nothing is actually in any way threatening the lift.
Not
currently.
At the currently.
Yeah. So Finn's gonna be like, well, that was great. Let's do that again.
I'm gonna have the unseen servant move here first, and then go down.
Okay. Sorry. Just where do you think, or where did you want the first barrel deposited?
Right there.
Okay. Yeah, I will put a knot.
So is this a
knot
wide
barrel.
enough a knot barrel. So is this stream actually here? Is it as wide as it is, moving as much water as it is, or is it like tiny?
I mean, it is not deep. Like, you know, you wouldn't do, you'd be up to like your shins or something if you went and walked through it.
Can we float the barrels down the river? The creature?
I don't think we want the stuff that we're trying to set on fire in the thing that puts out fire.
The creature is in the middle of the river.
You certainly
set
can.
some
You
here.
you can try.
Yeah, no. Finn, did you take mold earth?
Yeah, he's been using it a lot. How far is the edge of the lift from the plant?
The edge of the lift is. Let me give you. I'll give you a real.
No,
Like-
not from the center of the plant, from the edge of the plant.
Oh, yeah, about 35 feet. And we'll assume that, you know,
Well,
your wolves are
Finn
back.
is 35. Okay. Okay.
I'll just
So Finn
pull-
is basically standing on the edge. Although, if he trades places with Mia, will he be 30 feet away?
Potentially.
And this is my idea.
Wait, why did you just move it back?
Because that, like, the lift is supposed to be like.
I mean,
here,
you
I
could
thought.
be. I feel like, yeah, there's a world where you could probably you could be on the lift and be within 30 feet. Yes,
How wide is that river?
like 10, about 10 to 15.
Okay, hang on.
Up here, it's only 5.
5 to 15, depending on where you are at.
Wait, where?
Well,
At the very top.
Okay, which direction is the river flowing?
It flows north to south.
Oh,
Finn, you thinking what I'm thinking?
Jump in the water.
yes.
The river.
Yes, I am. But let's get to barrels closer first. Let's get the barrels set up first.
So we're just gonna sit here and watch the unseen servants, the unlimited amount of unseen servants, because it's just an innate ability that I have. No, there is no cost because it's ritual magic.
Yeah. So you cast Unseen Servant again. 10 minutes later, you are all trying to be as unobtrusive as possible without particular stealthiness aside from our rabbit friend. And this next unseen servant picks up the second barrel and begins to move where? What do you think its path? What do you think its path looks like? I guess.
It goes from there, and it goes down.
Cool. So it steps off the lift. It starts to move. That is not the right tool. Something like this is what you were thinking. Where do you want it to end up?
Right next to the other barrel.
Okay. Cool. And it starts to make its way across the cavern. And as you all watch this central mass of plant matter starts to shift along vines and roots. And this is the wrong tool again. Moves itself ever so slightly closer to the thing that is approaching it.
You said it couldn't move, people.
It's under his breath, and it's a really, 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 really bad curse.
This, is like you just kind of see the vines working their way and this central mass of plant just moves itself a little bit. And the unseen
Did
servant.
it just put itself on top of the barrel?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, what about the unseen servant?
The unseen servant continues on its way, and proceeds to deposit a barrel. I assume that you just instructed to deposit it as close to it as it can.
Mhm.
Cool.
And then return.
And then return. And once again, as the barrel is deposited on the ground, the creature strikes out with some vines. I did not actually build all of these attacks into a thing. And once again, you feel your connection with the unseen servant just evaporates.
All right. We have 2 barrels there. Sam, how far do you think you can throw a barrel?
I was actually planning on asking, how big are the barrels, Alex?
They're not as big as like an oil barrel. Well, they are made of wood. I would say they're probably about 2.5 to 3 feet tall, and about similarly around. I realize that I'm like gesturing over here, and none of you can actually see that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, I mean, is it? Well, Sam, can you pick it up?
Can't she pick it up?
I should be able to pick it up as well. I'm like one.
I can.
Yes.
Throw,
Sam.
I
I
can
mean,
roll it.
Sam should have no problem picking up a barrel.
and I can
Okay.
absolutely do strength checks to Yeetus Deletus over there.
Okay.
I think Sam and I have the same strength. Sam, what's your strength?
My strength is 15. However, I am currently checking to see if I get advantage because some traits.
Yeah.
If you both throw it and get it as close as you can, it'll get all over all those vines. I will run a little bit along this wall here, block the flow of the water, and then get back. And at the same time,
El needs to
After
throw his Molotov.
after those two barrels land, we can light the Molotovs. Well, you can light them right before we throw them, and after they land, you and Mia throw the Molotovs, and then we haul out of here.
Okay.
Cool.
We have advantage because unit tactics. Let's go, Sam.
So what's happening first?
Sam and I are hoiking the barrels to the creature as Finn runs over to block the water, and I believe El and Mia are readying to throw the Molotovs.
Yeah, so I guess so they need to roll to throw, but I guess we should probably hang on actually. I need a battery. I'll be if you lose me, it's because my phone died.
Okay.
I'm moving. Can you
Cool.
still hear me?
Yes.
Yes, you can. Okay. Yeah. Is that actually inside? Okay. Is there a light on? Okay.
There it is. That's my favorite.
Oh, really?
Okay. So we should resolve. That's the word I want.
Yes. Cool. To do this,
So up where the hang on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Finn only needs to go a little bit out. He has a range of 30 feet. Well, no, I was gonna say you have to follow the path, and that doesn't count because you're going through the wall. So
Well,
you should let Alex count it.
Well, that's vision. I was giving you like angle to like see that area, so I apologize.
you could. Sorry. We're gonna do a couple things here. One, just to keep things slightly organized, just go ahead and roll initiative so that I can just kind of track what everybody's doing.
I will take a 17.
Nice, 18.
18 for Finn.
14.
14 for Mia.
And if our initiative order ends up not the order that we said we would do things, the people who are earlier in the order than they should be can just hold their action.
L got a 10.
That's gonna make sense. L got a 10.
Wow.
Wow. Well, it kind of seems like it's in the order we want to be in, right?
Oh, did you roll a 1?
And let me just shove the wolves somewhere.
L is terrible in
course.
initiative again? Cats and dogs living in harmony.
I mean, we got foxes, wolves,
I
jackals,
assume-
and bunnies all living together in harmony.
Cool.
But the bear is their moral companion, moral guide.
All right. So Finn heads out. You need to get within 30 feet of the thing you're molding Earth. Is that?
Uh-huh.
And you want your goal is
Well, I was actually going to use because I also have it. Damn it. So it has to be within range.
range being
30 feet.
30 feet. I think you can do it. Like if you're aiming for up here.
Well, I'm aiming for where 5 feet will block the water.
Yeah, I think that you can do it. I think that there is a world where, yes, you can do that.
Great. Is there a world where I can get within 30 feet of... Well, okay, so where would I go to be within 30 feet of that spot?
You go either of these squares, I think.
Whoever is red, stop it.
You go here. Here is probably the best line of sight to there.
Okay.
But I think you can be there. I think you can be that square or this square.
Okay, it's not combat moves, so I don't know how, like, it just works. I don't have to roll anything. It just works. So.
Well, Mold Earth also just works, right? Yeah.
That's what I meant. It just works. So I think as long as I even have partial line of sight, I'll be fine. So I'm going to do the one that's closer against the wall and farther away from the plant.
Sure.
1, 2, that should be 3. That should be 3 squares. So 15 feet.
15 feet. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And I'm going to mold earth and block the water.
Yep. Sure. You go create some new rocks, or pull some rocks up. You pull a Maui and pull some rocks out of the thing.
Terrifying.
Yeah, just like that. Kablam.
Terraforming, fuck yeah. And then I'm gonna go back to the lift.
Yep.
I have 30 feet of movement, so I can do that.
Yep, you sure can. Cool. Karen does attempts to yeet a barrel, yes?
Let's see.
Make a fuck. Make a
Athletic?
athletics. Athletics is good.
Is this considered an attack roll? Because I'm throwing the barrel at the creature.
It's definitely not a dexterity thing, though.
No, it's not dexterity. It would be strength. So make a strength check or athletics.
So the reason I'm asking is because Sam has unit tactics with at least
no,
two of her.
I understand.
Okay. All right. I guess I'm rolling normal. Well, that didn't fucking work. It's a 5.
Cool. And so yeah, Karen attempts to pick up this barrel and and has a little bit of a hard time, maybe is a little distracted by Finn running off and coming back, and kind of gets the thing up, and just as you're like winding up to eat it, then just like crap, and ends up just shouldering this barrel. like there's no go-go juice in the car right now.
Uh-oh.
although he's got a barrel of go-go juice, I guess. So yes, I would have given you advantage on the attack roll, but I don't think you're throwing the thing with a 3 for a strength.
It was a 5.
5.
It was a 5.
Okay.
I was strength of 15. How can I not throw a barrel that I can easily pick up?
That's how this works.
Form is important.
That's why we have dices. Cool. What's Mia doing?
She's gonna pull out the bottle and rip up and stuff a rag in it.
There's already
Get
a
it front. Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna just hold it.
I handed you fully ready to go Molotovs for the revolution.
Am I throwing it now or am I waiting?
Not yet. No, you're gonna hold your action of throwing it.
Okay, I'm holding my.
You're gonna light it and you're gonna hold your action.
Mia is standing ready to yeet a Molotov cocktail.
I'm not gonna light it right now, though. I have the feeling suspicion I'd be holding it for too long.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
gonna blow up in my hand.
I assume that is the same thing that Elle is doing.
Yeah.
Unless Elle wants to turn into the bunny cannon and just kick the barrel that Karen is shouldering and knead it towards the creature.
Elle doesn't want to get himself covered in juice.
Flaming bunny.
That does not sound like a fun time for Elle. No. So, yeah.
I can cast
Elle is
fire
gonna
resistance
hold
on you.
his actions until like
And,
ready to actually light thing on fire.
cool. Until more barrels have been yeeted at the thing. Great.
Yes.
Sam. Throwing a barrel, yes?
Throwing a barrel.
Please make a strength check, athletics roll.
Right, she already has it picked up.
Athletics. Come on, girl. Please. 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 Oh, yay, 21.
Yay!
Sweet.
Good
Go,
girl.
go
You had
ahead.
me worried there for the night.
Make your attack roll.
With advantage.
I believe that would be like an unarmed strike.
Yeah, you can roll whatever it is. You roll your d20 plus your strength modifier.
Okay.
So just like a strength check.
I mean, I guess that is effectively the same thing. Yes. I mean, it really
Okay.
on account of the. I mean,
And that's with advantage?
yes, you
Yes,
because your
because
attack
attack
roll has
tactics.
advantage. Yes.
I think I'm going to stick with the 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. A 17 hits. So you yeet this barrel, and it crashes into this plant creature, and sends flammable liquid everywhere.
Sam is just very happy with herself, and she's just going to do the whole grab her shoulder and go, hee hee. Hit.
And as this creature gets clobbered, and drenched partially in the flammable liquid,
Finn thinks 3 is good enough. He tells Mia and Elle to light and throw.
which they've been ready for. So, yeah. Elle and Mia can make attack rolls.
And he also directs the wolves to jump and attack the plant and try to hold it in place.
What do I roll for an attack? To throw this thing?
Effectively unarmed strike.
Yeah,
Well,
But that's only for a 5-foot reach.
it does. It's. I mean, for
So
this,
you're-
for the
Yeah.
mollet,
Were you-
this would be a dexterity.
this is going to be dexterity. So this is going to be a d20 plus your dex modifier.
which okay, for me, my unarmed strike is a d20 plus my dex modifier.
Ah,
Yeah, 15. Oh.
That's a 17.
Okay, cool. So, L's Molotov cocktail hits the plant square on, and you see it starts to catch on fire. While Mia's goes a little wide, does not hit the central massive creature, but there's plant everywhere, so Mia's feeling good about the fact that something's on fire.
Yeah, I'm satisfied. I got something. I don't throw, I shoot. There's a difference.
The plant is none too happy about
Suddenly
fire.
being
It
the marshmallow.
Yeah. It does not
Wait,
like.
wait. The wolves too.
Yes, the wolves too. They're just trying to.
Like as the Molotovs are getting tossed, the wolves are running
Okay.
to either side of the plant.
Do you want make attack rolls for them?
Okay. Normally you do that, don't you? What's their bonus?
I certainly can.
Well, what? I mean, it's a strength, right?
Yes, their roll is
Normally you do it,
a D2. I can do it. That's fine. Public roll.
but I can. I just don't know what the stats are.
It's a D20 plus 5.
Okay, so here comes 2 of them. A 9 and a 19.
Cool. So one of these dire wolves gets a bite in.
Ooh, which means it also gets to make a grappling check.
Yes, which is exactly what you were going for, right?
Correct.
Cool. So the plant needs to make a strength saving throw. Do. Sure. The plant saves.
Rats.
The plant saves, and the plant slides forward a little bit in that strange, rooty manner. And as it does,
You should probably mark on the map where the 2 barrels are that got put down, unless
one is marked. The other one is. I will put the other one standby.
The other one was like right there
here.
And then one exploded.
And as the plant moves forward, yes, the one that it is now covering explodes because it is in the middle of the fire. That
Also, you should move the wolves.
Yes, they're probably somewhere trying to keep.
They moved before you did.
Yeah. Where do you want them?
Well, go back to where you were. You had moved. Is that where you started?
Yes, that's where they started. It only moved 10 feet.
Isn't that where it was at the very, very beginning?
No, it was back another. It was like here.
Oh, okay, okay.
'Cause the
So
first-
second location.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so first look. Yep.
Sorry, there. It's there. Is where it was. Yeah.
Okay, right. So they have pretty good range, don't they? Or speed?
Yes, they have 50 feet.
Okay. So one of them ran to the north edge of it.
Like here-ish.
Like there, yeah. That's good. And the other one ran to like I'd say like 9 o'clock. Yeah, and one more up. Yeah.
Cool. Which would mean that.
And they did their bitey thing.
And they did their bitey thing.
So we did, yeah.
The plant moves. The barrel that it moves on top of explodes. It looks quite unhappy about this. More fire happens, and plant bits go flying. And it's I don't think it actually can do anything else. Well, I guess that's not really true. It is going to lash some vines at the wolves, is what it's gonna do.
Just like encompassing them in its vines.
Yeah. It is going to strike at both of them because it can. Okay. Roll one. The dire wolves. Well, that'll definitely hit. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. Lovely. It hits both of them for some amount of damage.
Oh, wait a minute.
You
get advantage when flanking, right?
Yes.
Can I roll the advantage roll for the one that missed?
Sure.
Yeah. 13.
A 13 still doesn't hit.
Okay. I tried.
So one wolf is going to take 14 damage. The other wolf is going to take 9. And they need to make strength saving throws.
Do they now? Okay, we can do that.
Yes.
So they get strength plus or a D20 plus.
Working standby. They are going to make their strength saving throw is +3. +3. Yeah.
Okay.
D2. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus. Yeah.
D20 plus 3. One of them got a 16, and the one that hit it earlier got a 16, and the one that missed earlier got a 5.
Cool. The one that missed is engulfed in plant and grappled. The other one is fine. Cool. Wonderful. We shift back to effectively the top of the order, which does make it the direwolf's turn.
Okay. The one that is not grappled is going to bite again.
Okay.
Does it still have advantage? Wait, does it still have advantage or not?
I mean, that is an interesting question. You can have the advantage.
I feel like grappling does take the monster's attention, so
Yeah, you can still have the advantage.
cool. That's a +5. Let's see. Yo! Natural 20!
Yeah, dude, love it. Bite damage is 2d6 plus 3. So that's automatically 12.
Did you roll bite damage the first time?
I've definitely applied damage to the thing. So yes.
Okay. Okay, so 2d6 plus 3. So automatically
You get 12 plus 3,
plus 3.
15.
So 15 damage?
Yeah, so roll another 2d6.
Okay. That is 6. Do I add plus 3 to that, or?
No, it's just this 6. So it's 15
Okay,
plus
just
6.
6.
So 21.
Okay, and also a grapple check.
Yeah. Okay. 21. And a grapple check from the plant. Standby caller. I will take your natural 20 and roll a natural 20.
All right, fine. It's not grappled. What do I need to roll for the one that's grappled?
Strength saving throw again.
Okay. Which is plus 3, you said?
Yes.
15.
15 is the number.
Cool. So it is no longer grappled.
It is no longer grappled.
Was that its turn?
Yes, because you'd have make that roll at the end of the turn.
Okay. That is all that it's gonna do then.
Sweet. Fins up.
Okay.
And at this point,
Fin
you are all on the lift, and the plant is on fire.
That's right.
Do we go
So
uppies?
You have one more barrel.
hang on. Right. We have one more barrel. So what Finn's gonna do is he's gonna tell Sam Well, okay.
Do better than Karen.
Right. Like, Alex, would we be able to have Sam take the barrel and throw it in one turn?
Yeah, I think you can do that.
So
Okay.
what happened
I
to
mean,
that other barrel? Is that other barrel burning, or is it just still sitting there?
It is currently still sitting there.
the flames have not reached it yet.
Okay.
He's gonna
However,
tell.
yeah, go ahead, Finn, do your thing.
Yeah, he's gonna tell Mia that if she has anything with the bullets that's similar to the concept of a fire arrow. Wait, hang on. Sorry, we're gonna drop it in character. Mia,
See? Monday.
you know how there's fire arrows?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do anything like that with your weapon?
Wags her tail and thinks about
What
it.
do they call it? A gun? Dad, can you do anything like a fire arrow with your gun?
Well, I can put if. Maybe if I put something on it that's flammable, and then no, I do not.
Okay.
Mia has already forgotten that she has a bullet full of the oil.
Oh, I
She
have
has a-
forgotten.
He has a shell casing that is
I have a
full of it.
shell casing that is
That's
full
true.
of it. I
That's
don't
true.
know what that's gonna do to the gun if I blast
Light
it.
it on fire.
That is true.
Yeah,
That is true.
I'm not just throwing my gun over that. I'm using it as a container. I'm not trying to blow up my own gun.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking that's an interesting choice.
I know, that's
First
what I was
mentioned.
thinking about.
I'm also surprised that Mia's first thought was, well, I could shoot it. Specifically the barrel.
Well, barrels don't move.
It didn't cross her. It crossed her mind, but the repercussions are far too great.
That's
Shoot.
So,
Can you see and shoot the barrel?
Finn,
oh, see,
what if we made a fire arrow?
And hey, hang on. It's one of those times where I need to. Finn literally, without even looking, just does this. He just one finger shushes L without looking at him, like the pause, with the one finger, the pause, not even looking at him.
But
And then he
Finn,
goes, "Okay, Mia, shoot the barrel."
see,
I have a
why
bow.
not?
And then he turns and he goes, "You also shoot it at the same time." Maybe she can get it to crack open, and then you'll light it on fire.
I
Okay.
smell a bad idea.
Okay.
And he
While
tells Sam, "You get to you get to barrel from Karen, and Karen get the lift going." And then
It's going before
Finn
getting the lift going.
Finn is going to cast
something with fire.
He doesn't have any of those.
Oh, never mind.
Is there anything left of the river?
No, there's not. I didn't mean to do that. Shit, what did I do?
Nobody knows. We're not there.
That wasn't supposed. Well, pretty sure this is gonna work. Yeah. Ben's gonna cast Ice Knife at 2nd level. Because that's well within range.
Yeah. Go for it.
He sketches his runes, and a shard of ice materializes, like it grows into his paw, and he throws it.
Cool.
Oh fuck. For a 7.
That's not gonna hit. It is a giant plant that you just didn't hit.
Apparently. Well, it's on fire, so I guess I'm having a hard time looking at it. The shard then explodes.
The ice turns into steam as it gets close to the fire.
Well, the shard then explodes. But because the plant is so fucking large, the wolves are not within range of the exploding shards.
Yeah.
So, because like the closest point is more than 5 feet away from the wolves. So I need a dexterity saving from the plant.
Yeah, no problem.
And
it
any
might, it might be a problem for the plants.
any like vines that happen to have stats, if they have them, that are within range.
The plant, I assume an 8 fails.
That is correct. Okay. Increase by 1d6.
Funny story. The giant plant is not very dexterous.
What?
That's good to know.
Okay, so the plant is going to take 3d6 cold damage. The plant takes 6 cold damage.
Yeah, it takes 6 cold damage.
All right, that's it.
Wonderful. While all of this happens, I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, goody.
Is this
Oh,
this
okay,
is a
okay.
this is a magical effect.
That is correct.
And
I got a 9.
okay, so that's a 15 20 28.
Cool.
I'll take the natural 20.
Wow.
Does that make 2 nat 20? Sam's on a nat 20 also?
Yes, it does. Oh, you got one too? That makes 3. I got one.
Cool. So it's just Karen and Mia that rolled low.
Yeah.
Cool. Karen and Mia are not that you weren't before, but you are now very frightened of this plant. And you start to hear a whispering voice in your head. And it tells you about how worthless your life is and how it really is just time to end it all. And wouldn't it be great to just jump off of this lift? Or any end today?
They can't jump off the lift though, because that would require going closer to the plant.
This is
Yep.
this is true. This is true. And it's Karen's turn.
Cool. I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Sure.
Can you cast
You
attack
can
spells? Is something?
that you are
Oh, cool. You just can't go closer to it.
You can't move closer to it. You attack with disadvantage.
As soon as he starts casting finish, like I told you, it's a lift.
Oh,
that's a 13.
A 13 is not enough.
Okay. Well, I get to do it again. 17.
17 is enough.
Mia, I lied.
Hit?
Hit the lift. Make us go up.
It takes 6 damage and it gets pushed back 10 feet.
Okay. It will take 6
Onto that
damage,
barrel.
and it gets pushed back. I click on the right thing. Good God. Hello. Onto that barrel, which proceeds to explode and engulf it in more flames.
Aaron's just shaking but raising a middle finger at it right now. Screaming at it. Don't you think the voices in my head already tell me to do that on a daily basis?
Cool. Have you got anything else?
I can only cast one action, so I only got one action. So yeah, that's it.
Wonderful. Mia, it's your
Yeah.
turn.
Who's just standing. She is just standing there, very terrified of what
Wait,
she just
what do
heard.
what do I have to do to actually get rid of the fear?
I think it's another attempt at the wisdom.
Isn't it? Yeah, another wisdom saving throw
Hold on.
at the end of the person's turn.
Standby caller, because it's written down somewhere. I just have to find it. Nope, you just have to survive until your next turn.
Oh, well, then I lose the fear.
Yes.
Oh shit! It should have been because I have the 2 people and Sam. That should have been with advantage, which would be disadvantage, which would then have been just normal.
I don't know what you just said. Sure. Okay.
With
So the
Sam's
disadvantage
no.
gets canceled out by the advantage of pack tactics.
Yes,
So the first one should have hit as well.
because I rolled a 17 on that first one.
The 17 did hit.
No, I
Oh,
rolled
wait.
that. So I get 2 attacks because I
Uh,
have 2 different beams, and I have to make make a separate attack roll for each beam.
sure.
That first one was a 17 and a 13.
Right.
Oh, I rolled a 17 and a 8. So that first. Long story short, can I make that first attack again with just normal?
Sure.
Because okay. Well, fuck you
Really?
two, game.
Really?
Fuck you two.
So no.
No. Apparently,
The
no.
second, the 18 that you rolled was the second roll.
That's amazing. I feel like that's the second time that's happened tonight.
It is the
but-
second time that has happened.
Cool.
I'm just pulling the lever, raising the elevator.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
So here's
She was
my
just saying.
here's my
Ew.
argument of pulling the lever. We don't know if the fire is actually going to kill it or not. One.
I mean, you can hold my hand and stop me, but Mia's terrified. Escape is her option.
Two, if we go up, that creature is going to be waiting for us when we go back down to check if it is not going to die. So I have the ability to keep it in place. Physically, just keep it going back and forth. It can only move 10 feet. I can push it back up to 20 a turn. I can keep it burning and just keep it in place.
I have to find the. Hang on.
That is my argument for staying here.
Good argument, but she's too terrified. I mean, if you have like a bonus action, you can use it to stop it.
Where's the thing?
I mean, you would not like my bonus actions.
Destroy what lies beneath the mine, burn the roots.
Okay. In that case, I won't pull the lever. I'll just. Can I? I'm gonna just shoot the barrel.
Just
No, the barrel's already been exploded.
yeah.
Oh, well then
Does
I'm skipping my turn. Well, I'm too terrified.
Shoot the creature twice. You can shoot it 3 times. One is with crit because you took Gloomstalker, and then you have 2 other attacks you can do on your first turn of combat.
What do you mean a crit?
Oh, it's with advantage because it's Gloomstalker.
This isn't her first combat turn, though.
Oh shit! It is.
Actually, it is. Oh, well, no, it is not.
You threw a Molotov.
That's right. So,
Well, you can attack it twice.
okay, then I'll just go with the first 2 dice I rolled. Or the last 2, because the first 2 aren't showing. A 17 and a 7.
the 17 will hit.
Then he gets 5 piercing damage from the first shot.
Okay. It takes 5 damage.
And that ends my turn.
Oh, wonderful. Elle, you're up.
Elle, looking at this thing on fire, is thinking, now I can't stab it. So he's going to take a bonus action to put away the daggers and take out his bow. Thing goes, wait, there's no more barrel for me to shoot.
And
And Karen has a point. Finn, I think we stay here and just kill the thing to make sure that it's dead and we don't have to come back later.
I'm still not sure we can. But if it is like the one in the temple, then it could be.
And then Elle is gonna try blasting this thing with
yeah,
a short bow
go for it.
that he's not ever really used before.
Hasn't he?
I don't think so.
I thought he used it once.
maybe once.
He doesn't use it often.
Short bow. And that's a 15.
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
Nope.
This crossbow bolt goes a little wide.
He didn't say crossbow. He said a short bow.
Short
Short
bow.
bow.
Short bow. This arrow goes a little wide.
Yep.
And that makes it.
So I don't use this thing all that often, guys.
That makes it Sam's turn.
Sam is going to yeet this barrel.
Yeet the barrel.
Strength check
Yes, please.
or
Athletics.
Athletic.
athletics? $19.
Yeah, that'll do. Make an attack roll.
I do dare say that she done yeeted it.
I can yeet stuff real good. Stabbing, check. Eating, check. And we decided that was going to be just a
It's a D20 plus strength.
strength, another strength check. Got it. A strength check. 17.
17 will do. Go ahead and roll roll 3d6.
Team.
14. Cool.
Nice.
This old barrel, Sam yeets this barrel and hits this creature pretty square on, and the barrel shatters and bursts into flame, and it does a fairly significant amount of damage to this creature that is starting to not just starting to, looks pretty darn bad. If a plant could bleed, it would be bloody.
I mean, it could be like oozing sap everywhere.
That is true. Funny story. It oozes pink goo everywhere. And the plant itself tries to press its way back towards the creatures that are attacking it. Good God, please move the thing. Yeah. And now have I done it? Yeah, I sure have. And it is going to demand a wisdom saving throw from everyone.
Dirty 20.
13.
Ella's feeling wise today. 17.
The wolves are not very wise. Cool.
Wait. 25.
25. Wait, so is Sam the only one that rolled below a 15?
Wait,
Oh.
what are we rolling?
Wisdom
A wisdom
saving throw.
Okay. No, I rolled a 3.
Cool. Sam and
So yes, she rolled below a 15.
Sam and Mia, you you well, as this plant moves forward, it releases a cloud of spores that wafts around the cave, and as Sam and Mia, you find yourselves inhaling these spores, and you start to see strange visions of plants engulfing you, being engulfed by this plant of pink goo oozing over everything, and you are
Mia just giggles and starts lapping it up.
yeah, really, and you are stunned. For until the end of your next turn. Yes. And so too are the direwolves, apparently. Stunned by the spore cloud. Which ultimately brings us back around to Finn.
Okay. Boy, you are just trying real hard to get me to take fire spells. My next spell levels, aren't you?
You assume. Oh, so many assumptions.
Um.
Just because it's against your religion. No.
That's pretty funny.
And about the time that you start taking fire spells, he'll give us monsters that are immune to fire.
Finn is gonna cast Ice Knife at. No. At second level again.
Sure. Send it.
That's a 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Which means it takes 1 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then let's see here. 1, 2, 3. 3d6 cold damage. It takes 7 cold damage.
It will take 7 cold damage.
That is what been. Yeah, there's no pillars or anything. Yep, that's what Finn is going to do.
Wonderful. Karen?
Oh, wait. How hurt are the wolves?
Neither of them is below half.
Okay.
One is 23 of 37. One is 28 of 37.
Yeah, they're fine.
Cool. Karen, you up?
Bastard. I'm gonna do what I said I was going to do. Hit with an Eldritch Blast with advantage this time. That is a nat 20. Let's go.
Wow, there's a lot of nat 20s this game. Not complaining, just
Oh,
intrigued.
shit, it's a high roll at 20.
Big bada boom. 17 damage.
And he's pushed back 10 feet.
And he's pushed back 10 feet. Why? Wow.
Wouldn't that be 37 damage?
I don't think it.
Because it was a crit?
Did you
Don't think a 10 will hit.
A 10 won't hit. Did it not do critical damage? 2d10.
It says 2d10 plus 4.
Yeah, it should be. So it should be 24 plus. Yeah, it looks like it didn't give you critical damage.
Yeah.
It should be a total of, if we assume one max roll would be 20 plus this, so yeah, 37. So another 20. I'll just take another 20. It'll be fine. Sweet.
Thank you.
It doesn't look
Want
so
to make
great.
sure we got
Yeah.
got
No,
that damage in there.
You're not wrong. I'm intrigued that it didn't do the thing.
Yeah.
Because usually
That's weird because it wouldn't fucking stop doing it for
Yeah, I know.
Sam.
Yeah. Cool. Well,
No. This person gets all critical damage. This person, no critical
no
damage.
critical damage. No worries. Has Karen got anything else?
That's it.
Okay, days. Mia, what you doing? Foxy,
She's stunned.
Foxy lady.
I'm stunned.
She's stunned.
She's
I guess I'm gonna. Huh?
She has turned around from being frightened and is now watching vivid images of her own death, right?
That's about right. Can I try and break out of it with a wisdom saving throw?
You can't. I mean, either way, it will end at the end of this turn, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, well, I got a 13, so I'm not doing anything.
Elle, what you got?
I'm gonna try to hit it with my bow again.
Yep, go for it.
Okay, 25.
Yeah, that'll do. Elle just had to get warmed up.
Yeah. Yep.
Ella hasn't touched the bow in how long?
Mini moons. That's 7. Do I get? I don't have advantage on him, so I don't get my sneak attack. Oh,
He
well.
is flanked by the wolves.
And is pack tactics still
Yep,
count?
Pack Tactics still kicking.
Okay.
Go ahead. Do the rogue thing.
Yep. Total of 15 points of damage.
Yeepa, what the heck was that? Why did it do that? 15 points of damage. Great. It looks pretty lousy. And Sam is up. Well,
Sam is
that's not
stunned.
true.
Sam shakes it off.
Sam
Sam shakes it up and gets back up.
Great. Sam shakes off a vision of her parents not making it home after Mansk or wherever they were, Farheim, and gets back up. And the plant is going to make some vine attacks on the wolves. Because it can. And that's gonna miss. And that's gonna be a crit. We're just rolling 20s all over the place today. What does it get? That's gonna be plus what? Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter which wolf that targeted. One of the wolves is going to be completely obliterated by this vine that lashes out at it.
Oh shit.
It literally didn't matter which one. Because it was almost more damage than they have hit points.
Wow.
So
It disappears.
it disappears.
It is desummoned.
It goes poof.
Poof. We're just gonna do that. It's easier. But that does make it the other direwolf's turn.
Okay. It's going to attack.
Sure is.
No longer with advantage, though. 19.
That'll hit.
Okay, how much? 2d6 plus 3?
Correct.
9.
It will take 9 damage.
And grappling check.
And it will make a strength saving throw.
I have to make this strength saving
No,
throw, or the plant does?
The plant did. The plant rolls a 16.
Okay.
Which I think is more than enough.
Yes. I don't know. You'd
Yes.
have to tell me.
Yes, it is more than enough.
Okay. And the wolf is going to stay where it is.
Sweet. Finn, it is Finn's turn.
Okay. Finn is. Did the wolf take damage?
This wolf did not.
Got it.
Has the plant monster thing been taking fire damage?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's a crispy critter right now. It is hanging on by a vine, as it were.
Uh-huh. Okay. Finn is gonna Finn is gonna like for like and try to slap it with a thorn whip.
Go for it.
Does he also benefit from pack tactics?
I think everybody does, yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, okay, that's a 17.
That'll work.
6 damage.
With yeah, cool. How's that?
Hang on.
How's that go down?
Okay, it's oh my god, amazing. Amazing. So does it have an eye like the picture shows, or is it just like a bulb on top of a pile of vines?
I mean, it is. It is not an eye, like it is not an eye, but it's like, you know, I guess, you know, you guys looking at this thing in the dark of a mutated plant creature thing, you know, could very well appear to be like an eye-like protrusion.
Okay. Yeah, Finn sends a spiky as hell nettle thorn whip slinging out towards this plant and basically slashes it across the protrusion, which bursts basically, and the fire then catches on the sap from inside the plant. Like it appears to it wasn't actually an eye, it was actually like a sap pocket, like a resin sap pocket. And that just the flame just goes and the plant, you know, with writhing weird hissy plant squealy sounds, like, you know, when you're burning green vines or like green wood and it's the steam is escaping and it's hissing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sometimes it even makes little tiny squeals from the steam escaping.
Yes.
That's what it does.
And this
It sounds
plant,
like it's screaming.
this plant collapses in a heap in the now dry riverbed and is engulfed in flames that continue to spread around the cavern.
The wolf, the dire wolf, winks out of existence. And Finn is like, he turns and he's like, now will you hit a lift?
But cave, you can see the cave right there.
And do you actually hit the lift?
And with both paws, he turns down and he points and he's like, fire!
El's
let
gonna point
We'll
to
let
the
it burn.
in the direction of the dirt dam and be like, water?
I want to make sure it's dead.
Earth? Wind?
So we've got 3 already.
I want to make sure it's dead.
Who's the fifth element?
Necrotic Eldritch Blast.
Well,
Alex,
are the vines? Do the vines come all the way to the lift, or?
I mean, there's space that one could step off without stepping on vines. There's not a lot of space, you know. There's a little buffer, as it were.
Okay, so the fire won't actually reach them.
Are you sitting and roasting marshmallows until the fire goes out?
maybe. Why waste a good fire?
Just wondering.
Well,
We worked incredibly hard on this fire. It'd be a shame to waste it.
after a couple minutes, where the plant doesn't move,
Mm-hmm.
then throws out another thorn whip and like slaps it.
Yeah. The pile of, well, now partially ash and burnt up plant material kind of poofs some ash.
You want me to cast Shatter on it? Will that make you feel better?
Oh, yes.
Oh boy.
Cast Shatter directly on it.
Cool. I mean, we'll just say you had plenty of time and we're not under duress and therefore cast a wonderfully the most perfect cast of Shatter that you possibly could. And it sends a whole bunch
of sparks and embers.
Throws up a whole bunch of sparks and embers and ash and dust and makes a little bit of a divot in the riverbed. And there's
radical restructuring of the topography. That's what you call me here for.
There's no reaction from the plant.
Spontaneous disassembly of the ash pile.
Okay.
It's
Finn is comfortable edging his way along the wall so that he's not in the fire and removing the dam.
Cool. The water starts to flow again. Anything that was burning that is in the path of the river gets extinguished and generally pushed down the river. Including a good portion of burnt up plant material. And Anything that was not in the river that was burning or smoldering continues to burn and smolder.
Alex,
Finn is
I want to apologize for how I did your creature dirty. We
Finn.
didn't even move.
Yep.
Finn is gonna use shape water to basically bucket water onto the flaming vines near him so that there is a path
Sure.
that is not on fire
Okay.
so that they can get to the other side.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
He is perfectly fine leaving the rest of the damn thing to burn, though.
You make yourself a path through the burning plant bits.
Like a wider path, because he like edged along the wall, but he makes like a comfortable path.
Yeah. Sure. No problem.
Elle is going to take that comfortable path and cross and go over to the cave thing.
Whee!
And because because Elle is one of the favorites. Where is it? Does that work? Hang on. No, that's not what I was thinking it was. However, it still works. Because Elle is one of the favorites, Finn makes the water hard enough for Elle to walk across the top of it as he goes by.
Woohoo!
Amazing.
Alex, when you get a second, can you remove the illuminated status from?
The other fuckers have to wade.
Elle is very appreciative.
Wait, from what?
From Karen. The circle of illumination around Karen.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Gracias.
Token. Update.
Thank you, sir.
You wander over to this little offshoot cave, and poke your heads inside, and what you see appears to be a collection of failed experiments. These are
Oh, it's bodies.
Yeah.
Means I gotta go take care of them.
Some seem to be quiet-minded creatures, like the many that you have encountered, with a few that seem to be more with
Oh, are they
appearances
still
of,
alive?
oh no, these are failed experiments.
Okay.
But some of them look as though they were quiet-minded, and some of them
Right.
Look like they were maybe the
Some of them look like they
villagers.
were people.
Yes. Capital B beasts.
Yeah,
I like these people less and less. I'm glad that I got rid of that one guy, but I wish I hadn't been so nice about it now.
You made him think that we were one of them and stabbed him in the gut. I don't know if that's
Share that with
nice.
anyone?
No, I stabbed him in the throat, not the
Oh.
gut.
Did he
You
tell
stabbed
that
him in the
to me?
gut.
Or
I
did
d-
we, the
Oh,
players,
gross.
know?
I was gonna say
No,
I don't.
like I'm saying that out loud. Like Ella's saying that.
No, but what Karen was saying, like, I don't think Karen knows that.
Knows how I took him
Yeah,
out.
I was gonna say Karen. I believe that Elle.
Yeah.
I'm sure at some point around dinner, Elle and Karen discussed it over wine.
Yeah. Yeah. Elle would have told Karen how things went when nobody else was around.
Yeah, it is not a pleasant sight nor a pleasant smell. Not that the burning plant was any more of a pleasant smell.
Oh, I'm gonna go handle the bodies. Y'all poke around and see what you can find. I
There-
would suggest. I'm sorry. That
there-
sounded like an order. I am tired. I do apologize.
I don't think there's much else to poke around, but and looks around. Oh, there is this path-looking thing maybe to the south. Don't know if that goes anywhere.
I mean, assuming that you walk over there and look, it is a path that just leads off into the darkness. For how long, it is hard to tell.
Do I still feel the thumping, throbbing thing?
Oh no! As soon as the Finn took the last whip at this creature, that thrumming that you felt had stopped.
Okay.
Yeah, Finn, who whopped it for 6 HP when it had 5.
Good job, Finn.
Looking down the path, it goes off in the darkness. It doesn't. There's no indication that there has been any recent activity in that direction.
Kibble. Sorry.
No worries.
I have to wake up early tomorrow. Oh, I gotta go.
Is the place where we find all the bodies, is that sort of ledge,
Good night.
sort of room offshoot up there, Alex?
It's this little cave down.
Okay, what's in that offshoot up there?
Up here?
Yeah, up there.
You head up into this little offshoots area. This looks like another place that experiments may have been carried out and or monitored from. Like, you can tell that there's signs of some struggle. There's pink goo. There's blood. There are a few. There are a couple workbenches. and a pretty good view of the main cavern below, looking over the small ledge.
Okay.
Okay. Once Karen's done with the bodies, I think we're gonna be good to go up.
I mean, we can always go down to the tunnel of darkness.
I didn't see it didn't seem like there was anything that way.
Except for a tunnel of darkness. That sounds fun.
No.
Okay.
Besides, there's a whole other mine tunnel to go through.
True. True. We'll come back
Yes.
down here. But
Okay. Cool.
Oh
I think-
wait! Like there's a whole other line.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep. We went east. There's another one to the north.
Forgot about that.
That sounds good. I'll vote to say this is a good place to stop for the night. We
Yeah.
already lost one.
Yeah.
Cool. So you all make your way back to the lifts and take the ride up back into the mine, the upper mines. It is the same bumpy, not the most comfortable journey, though, and now this time as you go up, you feel it get cooler as you go up, as you move away from the fire and the smoldering of the plants. It is the mood a little bit darker, having seen more remnants of the experimentation that had been carried out here. When the lift stops, you all file out, and at this point, it is getting on towards evening. And it is up to you how you would like to proceed.
Do we go back to camping in one of the houses, guys?
Yeah, I was gonna say let's go head back to town and take a long rest.
I think that's a good idea.
Then you make your way back into town and find an unoccupied home, of which there are a few, and make camp for the night. When we reconvene, you will reap the benefits of a long rest, and we will pick up here next time.
Couple things. I will not be here next week. I do apologize. There's a major event going on in Star Citizen with my org, and I am leading the defense of a base. So I will not be here next week.
Also, might or might not be
Unacceptable.
here next week, but good luck.
I mean, in that case, it may not be a terrible idea to take next week off. I certainly can run a game if we had critical mass, but I will also be at my parents' in New Hampshire. So,
Sounds
yeah,
like
let's-
next week is
let's-
going to be a great week to be an off week.
yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, we'll reconvene in 2.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Alex,
Gotta
I
be working.
am so sorry